오케이. 보기. Okay, we start with the section 3.2, inverse matrix. Okay. In this section, we introduce an inverse matrix over square matrix, and we'll investigate the properties of an inverse matrix. Okay. Okay, a square matrix A of order n is called invertible if there exists a square matrix B such that AB is equal to identity matrix and BA is also same as identity matrix. For a n by n matrix A, if there exists a matrix B that satisfies these two equations, then we call this matrix A is invertible and this matrix B is the inverse matrix of A. Okay. If such B does not exist, then A is called non-invertible. Okay. Invertible, we also use singular and non-singular this terminology. For invertible matrix is called a non-singular matrix, and non-invertible matrix is called a singular matrix. Okay, so for this matrix A and B, if we multiply A and B, then AB is identity matrix and BA is an identity matrix. So AB is identity and BA is identity matrix. So B is an inverse matrix of A is an inverse matrix of B. Okay. But for this matrix, whose third row is all zero, then this this is not a invertible matrix, because if we multiply arbitrary matrix B, any matrix B, the product of A and B, then third row of this matrix AB is always zero, because the third row of matrix A is zero, the third row of matrix AB should be zero as well if you multiply. So there is no way that you can make an identity matrix by multiplying two matrices. So if you have a zero, if you have a matrix that has a zero row or zero column, then it is not invertible matrix. So, for example, so we can check with the Sage code. Let's define a 3 by 3 matrix, then ask whether it is invertible or not, then it shows it's not invertible. Okay. Next, if A is an invertible matrix, then an inverse of A is unique. So invertible matrix has its inverse, which is unique. When you show the uniqueness, all you have to do is assume there are two inverse of A. Say B and C are both an inverse of A. Then we show B is same as C. Okay. So if B and C are inverse of A, then AB and BA should be an identity matrix, and AC and CA should be an identity matrix. With this, we show the B is same as C. Okay. So see, we show. Let's show it. Let's start from B, from the left-hand side. Then B is same as the product of B matrix times identity matrix. Okay. Then the AC is an identity matrix, so we can replace identity matrix as AC. And matrix multiplication is associative, so we can compute the BA first instead of AC, and then multiply C on the left. So these two are same because they are associative. Okay. Then BA is identity from the given condition. Okay. Either AC, okay. BAC. BA is an identity matrix, so this can be written in this way. Then identity matrix of times C is a matrix C. So right hand side and with the matrix C. So left hand side B is same as right hand side C. So B should be same as C. So the two inverse matrices should be same, which means if you have any matrix, then they all should be same. Okay, because you did choose an arbitrarily two inverse, and then you showed those two should be same. So inverse of a given matrix should be unique. Okay. For 2 by 2 matrix, you learned the inverse of that matrix can be found in this way. Right. But in order to do so, this should the denominator should not be 0 in order to be defined. So if for this 2 by 2 matrix ABCD, if AD minus BC is not 0, then this matrix does exist, and if you multiply this matrix to A, then A times this matrix is an identity matrix. Also, this matrix times the matrix A also an identity matrix, which means this particular matrix is the unique inverse of this 2 by 2 matrix. Okay? So for 2 by 2 matrix ABCD, there is no other inverse than this that you already knows. Okay? That's what this example shows. If A be an invertible matrix is of order n and K is a non-zero scalar, then the following hold. A inverse is also invertible. Because if you multiply A times A inverse, then it is an identity matrix. And if you multiply A times A inverse, it is an identity matrix, which means A inverse has an inverse, which is what? A. Okay? That's what it says. Because if you multiply a certain matrix, then you can have an identity matrix. That means that is the inverse of A inverse, which is A. AB is invertible. Why? If you multiply B inverse A inverse, then we see A times B inverse times A inverse is going to be A times identity matrix times A inverse, which is identity matrix. That means this times this matrix is an identity matrix. Also, if you multiply B inverse A inverse times AB, then it's going to be an identity matrix. That means AB has an inverse. AB is invertible. And inverse of AB is what? This. So inverse of AB is this. Because if you multiply this with AB, it's an identity matrix. That's what it says. So, KA is also invertible. Because if you multiply KA and 1 over K times A inverse, it is an identity matrix. And 1 over K times A inverse times KA is also an identity matrix. That means Ka is invertible, then inverse of Ka is this. If A is invertible, then A to the nth power is invertible. Why? Because if you multiply An and A to the minus n, then it is going to be an identity matrix, vice versa. Okay? So An is also invertible, and the inverse of A to the nth power is this, A to the minus nth power. Just like that. So showing invertibility is very easy if you find a matrix that product of those two matrices is an identity matrix. Okay? So prove this thing is also very easy. You will see some examples on the exercise. If A is an invertible matrix, then inverse of A transpose is this. Inverse of A transpose is transpose of A inverse. How are you going to show it? 박슬용? Yeah, how you can show? If A is invertible, then inverse of A transpose is transpose of A inverse. How? That's right. All you have to do is just multiply, just to find the product of those two matrices. Just check it. If the A transpose times this is identity, then that's it. That's the inverse. Okay? Mm-hmm. Okay. So also here I showed the one side. Actually you had to show A inverse transpose times A transpose is also identity. But for the square matrix, if one side, if this satisfies, it always satisfies A inverse transpose times A transpose is also an identity matrix. So for square matrix, if you find a matrix that the product of two matrices is identity, then you don't have to check the other one, the other side, because one satisfies and the other always satisfies. For square matrix. Anyway, example 4. For these two matrices, check inverse of AB is same as B inverse times A inverse. Yeah, you find A inverse like this and B inverse. Then all you have to do is just multiply these two matrices. Find the inverse of AB, which is this, and find the product of these two inverse matrix, which is this. As you see, these two are same. Okay? So you can easily check the above. Yeah. When you define, if you can check with the code also. You define two matrices, find the AB, and find the inverse of matrix AB, and also find the product of inverse of B times inverse of A. Then, as you see, these two are same. If you randomly generate two matrices of same size like this, then you will see the same answer for every matrix, because you already proved it, the theorem. I think that's the end of section 3.2. Any questions? Any questions?